Hello and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast. I am sorry that I was not able to get last week's episode edited and posted up. I still have it saved on the laptop and I will get it edited and posted up for everyone to listen to eventually. Anyway, we are at an unusual location this week because we are at Glitch's house up in his room.
His aisles.
So say hello from your house, his house, Glitch.
Hello.
Billy Mitchell is a dick.
I noticed.
Yeah, I had no idea.
It took him forever. He didn't even show up till the last day, did he? What a douche.
He's trying to be heroic. We're watching King of Kong.
A fistful of quarters.
Yeah.
On a high-definition, widescreen CRT.
Oh, yeah. They exist.
That's a little weird. I haven't even seen one until fairly recently. I'm like, those things exist?
I think Cycrochan's little brother had one. Well, I know it was high def. I don't know.
I know they had like that high def monitor that they played the PlayStation 3 on.
That might be the one I'm thinking of.
But that wasn't a CRT, that's a flat panel.
Your mom's a flat panel.
Your grandma's a flat panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think the CRTs might work a lot better because they don't phase.
They don't phase, yeah. Yeah, I love CRT. I mean, we got room for them. It's superior. Remember big screen TVs?
No, it's not.
Your face.
No, CRTs are not superior.
Yeah, sure, they're
Yeah,
bright
well.
and everything, but flat screens, yeah. But just the CRTs seem to last a lot longer than some plasma series from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I think LCD is actually better than plasma. And LCD will last you a long time. Anyway, I didn't even introduce you yet. You already
You all know who I am. Screw you
it's
guys.
Game Fake. Well, don't tell them that, you douche.
I just
say
did.
hi.
Hi, douches. You know who I am. And if you know who I am, you know that comment carried no negative passion. And if you don't know who I am, we have a dog on the set.
That's the yapping irritant, as
We have a
Kevin
Shecky.
Smith would say.
We have a
He has a
Shecky.
dachshund named Shecky.
We got a dachshund named Angel.
And every once in a while, you'll hear Shecky bark in the background on his podcast, and you'll go, Shecky!
Oh, he does the podcast at his own house?
And
Makes sense.
sometimes.
Makes
Sometimes.
sense.
Not all the time.
Because I figured that was always just something that they put like in the beginning of their episodes.
That's part of the intro for the Schmotomations, which there's a new one, by the way. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, I think it.
It's the Crapture Part 2, which I think means they're going to be talking about throwing in parts of the discussion where they were talking about actually making a movie about the rapture and intentionally fucking it up.
Be kind of like in a Dogma or something, or
No, this is like when Jesus comes back, and he talks about Jesus coming back and being pissed at the entire world and just walking down the street and roaring like Godzilla and shooting laser beams out of his eyes.
And his weakness or the devil's weakness is ragtime music.
Yes, ragtime music irritates
Ragtime music. That's
him, and then the
hilarious.
United Nations gather together and hatch a plan to do.
Press the action button. The podcast that grills other podcasts.
Hey, it's a very, very good podcast. Anyway, they hatch a plan to summon the beast in the biblical terms. That beast. Yeah, and fuse it with a human being, which, when they were talking about it, was actually Scott Mosier. Because Scott Mosier, on behalf of the United Nations, first goes up to Jesus. Hey, Jesus, can I have a few minutes of your time? And Jesus goes, mocking him. I just want 5 minutes of your time. He goes back to the United Nations. I didn't get my 5 minutes, and all Jesus really did was mock me.
We are so unoriginal.
Yeah,
I've
and
said it
then he
before,
started
I'll say it
talking
again.
about getting like a flying pickup truck to fly around Jesus' head, and Kevin Smith is driving it, and he's playing ragtime music because it distracts Jesus during the fight with the person fused with the Beast.
Which is Smosier.
Because Jesus hates ragtime music.
Why ragtime? It's awesome.
I don't know.
It's just awesome like that.
I don't know. So what are we drinking?
We are drinking a nice, ice-cold, semi-lukewarm, imported Keystone Light.
It's imported?
No. Being
From where? Canada?
Not even. It's imported from out of state for our drinking
We
pleasures.
bought it out of state.
We did buy this out of state. Wow.
We bought this in Connecticut.
Connecticut to go to a nerd fest
Where I got injured.
Gosh. Freaking joystick here jumped up on
Crack
the
your beer,
dance
crack your beer,
floor.
crack your beer.
Crack.
You know, a thought just caught on. I don't. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you know, Billy Mitchell has one of the greatest music videos of all time. But in other words, yeah, I'm sorry, that was a beef on Kanye West there. But yes, anyway,
Of all time. You gotta say it like that. You gotta say it like that.
but yeah, speaking of King of Kong, right there. You think Billy keeps a chalk scoreboard whenever he's making love to his wife? Kind of like makes points as like every thrust is like 200 or something.
I did see, I don't know, but that reminds me of someone's avatar I did see online where it had Princess Peach and Mario humping, and every single time Mario thrust, it said 1-up.
Yeah, like that.
I
Awesome.
saw a full-size picture of something like that once. It wasn't Peach and Mario, but it was still pretty funny. It was punny.
Who was it? Peach and
I don't know.
Bowser? Because we all know that happens. We all know that happens.
Wishful thinking.
You keep telling yourself that. She gets
Just
kidnapped
because-
like every week, dude.
Just because you want the princess doesn't mean that
I
she's
did.
that easy.
Who said
Why
anything
she-
about easy? She makes some kind of massive, elaborate scheme to get away from Mario for the weekend because that's the ideal couple in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's a massive conspiracy that everybody is probably
Yeah, but
in on
she's-
except for Mario.
She's guarded by she's guarded by
even
mushroom
Toad,
people. I think
even
that's
Toad
enough
is in on
evidence.
that.
You can't.
She
man.
freaking most of the time, all Bowser does is waltz right into the castle, grab her, and walk right out. Where's security? You'd think she would eventually get some security if she wasn't intentionally getting kidnapped.
Yeah, pretty much.
or guns. I mean,
Yeah.
With bullets.
nuclear bombs or something like that.
Did we already
Sharks with
talk
laser
about it
beams
on the
attached to their heads.
podcast? The Mario?
Yes. Wait, what? What about
Mario and how he was originally going to have like guns and shoot bullets.
I think we brought that up. Did we? I forget. Chucky. What do you have to say about that, Angel? I agree. Oh,
You see that little mark there? Yeah, that's her growl.
Or she went, ah! I'm imitating you, Angel. Ah! She's just... She's just glaring at me. This poor dog.
Torture the dog!
Bitch is gonna snap!
I just love that she's completely fine with me, and then all of a sudden,
My phone
stops
just
moving.
alerted me to something.
Good for you.
Is that
My
one of
friend-
those things that you plug like this?
well, it's a battery. It's basically a battery holder. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was one of those things that you like USB
Card
plug
reader.
into your
Card
SD
reader.
card reader. That's it.
No. It's
That's what it looked like.
It's for my cell phone. See, I have two batteries because my cell phone battery sucks.
Do you have the camera or does he?
I have it. How else would I?
Okay, I was wondering because
Hey, what?
I was
what
kind of
is-
surprised Alex didn't bring it.
What is that bottle over there next to the Game Boy
What?
and the Febreze? Something horse beer?
River Horse Lager.
Oh.
It tastes like Green Lane.
Oh. Where's
Yeah.
that from?
It was a sample thing from that Owl's Pizza at Hampton.
Oh, smash, smash.
Yeah. Oh, so what should we talk about today?
Let's talk about trolls.
That didn't work.
What'd you do?
I failed.
I noticed. What'd you fail at doing?
How about we talk about
Trying to shuffle more around to be facing this way.
Oh,
How about How about let's talk about let's talk about how 80-year-old women rock at video games.
There is a woman
Dirty
in this
doper.
movie that has set a world record for Q*bert, and she's 80.
Wait, did she
That's
or was she
awesome.
just planning to?
She was a competitor over at Fun Spot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh?
Regardless, she had Q*bert plushies in her house, so she rules forever.
Yes, she does. She was probably related to the drummer from the music video
You
for
could say
Frontier
You could
Psychologist.
say that they were
Thanks.
somebody else's, but then she was holding them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not like 5 seconds after you see in the background.
She's like, yeah, these are mine. What? What?
Billy Douchel is what I would call him. He was the one that actually brought the Q*bert machine to her house, wasn't he?
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
That's like the one cool thing that he's done in this movie.
I think he goes out of his way to be like that, though. Yeah, it's just kind
A
of...
douche?
Yeah. I think that's just like part of his swagger. It's like, hey, I'm full of myself for a completely unwarranted reason.
I'm full of myself.
I
because
love
I'm really good at donkey
if you've
kong.
never seen Fistful of Quarters, you have to see this scene just where the one guy, Billy Mitchell, he's like, he retired early. It's like a home business, just running this this world record database or something.
And he's always wearing that referee uniform.
Meanwhile, the other guy actually has like a wife and a family and a job, and still goes out of his way to go beat like these video game records, like these arcade game records. And he's talking to his daughter, and she's like,
He's a chemistry teacher in high school.
yeah, he's a high school chemistry teacher, and his daughter they're in the car, and his daughter is like saying something about the Guinness Book of World Record, and she's asking like why it's such a big deal, and he says, well, a lot of people read this book. And she says, yeah, and a lot of people have ruined their lives. This is like a 8-year-old girl. Yeah, and a lot of people have ruined their lives just to get into it. He just, like, puts the book down and looks at her funny.
Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
Yeah. I'd be like, what do you think you came from, little woman?
Well,
I
he
made
obviously
you.
hasn't ruined his life doing
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, this is obviously a
I'm
hobby
not saying
for
Billy
him.
Mitchell has either.
A hobby that obviously he loves video games. He got a score of over 1 million on freaking Donkey Kong.
But actually, I think it's a really interesting history. I suggest seeing it. But yeah, he actually had an arcade cabinet in his house, and he recorded it from the start of his game all the way to his last life ending, and he had over 1 million points recorded. Twin Galaxies actually broke into his house to check the machine for any modifications.
Oh.
Apparently, yeah, because they found like a box from Billy Mitchell's Nemesis to the guy, and so they're thinking, wow, maybe he might have modded the machine. So they actually looked at the machine, and apparently it was modded slightly for it, so they couldn't count it.
That just sucks. What are the chances he even knew it was modded?
Well, that's the thing. He didn't realize. He didn't know anything about Rich, who was Billy's.
I thought it was Roy.
Oh yeah, right. But yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay,
his
okay.
nemesis, yeah, but
Roy Rich.
yeah, but yeah, his he didn't realize at the time that it was his rival and that he was trying to
Wow.
do something with it.
Yeah, what a douche move.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Roy didn't even know. He didn't. I don't know. It's a really dramatic and cool story. The best part, though, is that I think the biggest douche moment of Billy Mitchell is never, you see, the guy, he actually plays up to 1 million points live in front of pretty much 10 people and the referee himself, while Billy Mitchell sends in a videotape, not really any clear view, or obviously shows that it's skipping or pausing, and he still gets to, and even that gets the record.
Mm-hmm. With a slight glitch in the middle of it.
Yeah.
They don't know what it could have been.
It's a jump in scores all of a sudden.
Yeah.
That's just
Sorry.
Lame.
yeah. But yeah,
But I digress.
yeah.
You know what I forgot last time we were hanging out is I was gonna let you borrow Knights of the Old Republic too.
Ah, dang, yeah.
I still need to find that in my collection. I know approximately where it is. I just have to move a bunch of other stuff out of the way, because I got, like, so many video games stacked under one shelf that I got it double stacked and then piles on top of that.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. He has a small room.
Somebody wants to play Battlefield Bad Company 2 with you.
Yeah, in a bit. But yeah.
Well.
We shall finish the book, then I will play. But yeah. So, any other things that are of interest?
It's too bad we haven't seen a movie recently.
Yeah, true.
Something to talk about.
We need something to discuss. So, what are our topics for this week?
Nothing!
Yeah,
Topic
we
two,
left.
much of the same.
We left on Thursday, so I had till Wednesday and didn't have Thursday or Friday to gather topics. So I just kind of said F it, and then we were going to just do a podcast while we were in Connecticut, sit around talking with Towel, and that didn't happen
Towel.
because somebody, I'm not naming any names,
I'll screw you
Game
all
face.
off.
Oops.
What do you have
Decided
against this right now? This is a
to-
cool setup.
Decided to forget the microphone, so
I don't
now
think
we're
I
doing
would've-
it with him.
I don't think I would.
Not that you're not cool,
Jeez.
but I'm ragging on him, not you.
Yeah, it's alright.
I don't think I would have felt like doing it over the weekend, anyways. Running on empty.
Hey, I gotta come back from the
Running
hospital and be like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and we're gonna
We
do
didn't
this.
explain that. We're in freaking Cromwell, Connecticut, and this d-bag slips on a dance floor trying to stomp on a Dixie cup.
Hey, you stomped on it too, and so did Jason.
Yeah, and we didn't fail at it.
Alcohol was involved.
Alcohol was
okay?
involved. They got Four Loko up there. It's kind of hard to find that stuff down here.
You can probably somewhere somebody has that on video on YouTube.
That's
so.
an energy
gosh,
drink
I
that's
hope.
12% alcohol by volume.
He's sprawled out. That stuff is harsh. But I got that, and then I got a can of Jim Beam Cola with bourbon in it.
I was
It was awesome.
I was
Oh,
like
that sounds
mildly buzzed
It was
by
pretty
the
good.
time that happened, but
Yeah, but you still sprawled out on the dance floor, made no attempt to look like you were conscious. You were face down,
That's because
arms
I was
and
in
legs out.
excruciating pain.
Usually people assume the
I don't-
fetal position when they're in that much pain.
Yeah,
I mean,
because bending my knee sounded like a good idea.
Well, I don't know. At the
I'm sorry.
But I don't. I remember coming down. I remember pain, and then I remember being in the hallway. It hurt so bad that my mind blocks it. Okay, that's how much it hurt.
cheesy, crazy.
That your mind works like that. It's kind of weird. Like it will block out
No,
things that
I-
are especially painful.
I kind of know what you mean. Never really happened to me, but I kind of know.
It's
what you
happened to
mean.
me a few times, and but
Once
not very
when
many.
you
It
kicked a
happened-
cardboard box,
No,
right?
I remember kicking the cardboard box, pain, and then I remember walking toward my room, and then I remember waking up in my room.
Oh, Glitch is pointing out something on my, what? Oh, crap. Oh, wow. Glitch was pointing out some writing I had on my
We didn't
hand,
get
which is
any
actually
pictures of me as
directions to his
Silent
house.
Bob, though.
Oh, yeah. Silent Bob cosplay. It's pretty rad.
Yeah, it's awesome. A whole bunch of people were like, hey, Silent Bob! And I was like, because Silent Bob doesn't speak.
Yeah.
well, he does, just in very
I did,
philosophical ways. he
I
does
did
talk.
reply to that one guy's like, hey, Silent Bob! And I'm like, no ticket.
Oh, you
did
did
do
get
that.
to say that.
I did do that.
Halloween parties rock. They rock.
And then,
Cotton.
yeah, that wasn't any fun. Then I wound up in the hallway, and the hotel staff insisted that I go to the hospital, so they took me out on a stretcher. And there was a whole bunch of people out just outside the entrance of the hotel. I just wanted to let them know that I'm fine, so I threw up the horns, and they all cheered.
Yeah.
was
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
And then I
Freaking got
went to
lost
the
on the way back.
hospital and hit on the nurse while she was looking at my knee.
Oh.
No, I really did. I was like, you are cute, you know that?
You sure you were sober by this point?
Yes.
Jeez.
I think
So what?
excruciating
I can't
pain.
hit on women if I'm not sober?
I think excruciating pain kind of
I just don't
sobers
think
you
it
out.
would. Yeah.
Oh,
If you,
yeah,
if
it
you ever have
does, real
somebody
quick.
that's like has like an alcohol content of .20, I think a stab to the shoulder or something will kind of wake them up a little
Yeah.
bit. Maybe reduce it to like 0.15.
Yeah.
But I had several cups of water while I was waiting in the hallway, and I hadn't
call.
had any alcohol for like 3 hours at that point.
That is a good point.
So I was not drunk. I was tipsy. I was not drunk. I was fine by the time I got home. I could have driven home if I wasn't in pain.
Yar. But,
I wasn't in pain.
yeah.
Also,
Guy who checked out your knee looked kind of like Paul Tuttle from American Chopper. Anybody know who I'm talking about?
no
Yeah,
idea.
he did. Paul Senior, right?
Yeah, looked a little bit like that. Not as big of a mustache. Paul Tuttle is the man. That guy
Paul
was pretty
Senior
cool.
got a
But
sweet mustache. You know they're bringing American Chopper back now.
Ah,
Paul
sweet. I missed
Jr.
that show.
Opened up his own shop.
is Senior still going to be in it?
Of course.
Yes.
It's not American Chopper without Paul Jr. and Paul Senior.
There used to be a commercial for American Chopper where they're just sitting like in two like lawn chairs facing slightly away from each other, and it's zooming in. It's just a plain white background, Paul Jr. and Paul Senior, and it's zooming in on them very slowly. And like at the last second, they look at each other and just go, "Yes, no," and that's the whole commercial.
Good show.
Then there's one where Mikey just like comes rolling in on like this little micro bike thing with like a German like World War I spiked helmet, and they're just like, "What is he doing?" And I'm like, "Hey, Mikey, he's my friend." What were you gonna say, Glitch? I'm sorry.
I went to a rally to restore sanity
Yeah,
on Saturday.
How was it?
saw some footage of that. Looked awesome.
It was fun. As I said, Ozzy Osbourne made a special surprise appearance.
He's not even American, and he was there. He lives in America.
Hey, the only
Dude, you
rule
gotta
for
love
this,
America,
the
though.
only rule for this rally was don't be a douchebag. Quote, like, literally, that was the whole like synopsis
Foley
of the thing.
was there, and they gave him an award.
Actually, no. They also gave they actually gave I can't remember. I think it was Glenn Beck. He actually got an award for keeping fear alive for his courage. But they actually gave it to a 7-year-old girl because she had more courage than Glenn Beck to come to the rally.
Oh yeah, he only like had his own rally.
You know what was kind of cool though?
But this is kind of
that
funny
we
though.
saw on television.
Oh, and
the part-
and Anderson Cooper's black T-shirt
Yeah,
got the
everybody
award.
laughed at that.
That was funny.
It was like we thought Anderson Cooper was going to be there. It was like we'd like to introduce you to Anderson Cooper's black shirts.
See, it wouldn't have been anywhere near as funny as that if it was Anderson Cooper himself. Just his shirt.
Yeah.
But and that one guy that
Dog.
said he grabbed the Quran and like ran off and said you don't have a Quran, and they gave him an award.
Yeah.
That was cool when he threw that out into the crowd.
That's how you keep.
That was pretty
yourself,
cool that he
though.
threw the award away. That's college. I don't know. That's like college audacity at its finest. I love that. That guy's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know the whole story. I don't know if I'm behind him or if I'm not behind him. But whatever happened, he seemed just awesome.
Well, apparently there was like this really big preacher dude who had a
Frosty
Quran in his hand.
Vulpus is online.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that like an Arctic fox?
No.
Frosty Vulpus. Anyways,
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
don't ask. We're looking at
Foxes in the Arctic
your mom.
play on Xbox Live.
Hey, it could happen. And monkeys might fly out of my butt. You were saying?
Yeah, the preacher, following that whole, I'm going to burn the Quran on this day if you don't, build the mosque anywhere. He was following that trend, and so he actually had the mosque get the fire and everything. And then the dude that had the skateboard by him, he was like, I'm going to burn this Quran right now. And the guy on the skateboard said, dude, you have no Quran. And he just starts skateboarding away with the Quran in his hand. He jacked the priest.
Wonder what he did with the Quran. Probably threw it to a crowd.
Technically speaking, freedom of speech would protect his right to burn the Quran if he so chose. His
It is
reasons
true,
for
but
doing
it
might
also
also be wrong.
But it also protects the building of the mosque. So I'd say, heck, do them both. That's controversial, I know, but technically it is. Well, actually, no. I could get into politics, but I'll leave it at that. Is who owns the land in New York right now? Because if it's private, then it's up to the seller. If it's public, then it's up to the city. And that's just it. That's all there is to it. So I'm not for it or against it. Obviously, I think it's kind of in bad taste.
Both are
but
legal.
I'm not.
Both seem a little bit inappropriate.
Both are legal. Both are inappropriate.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
I thought you said I thought you said illegal.
No, I said no.
They're both legal. They're both in bad taste. Let's get on with it. Have a beer. Can't we all just get a bong?
Let's go to the strip club that's even closer to Ground Zero.
Yeah.
That's American right there. Strip club, yeah.
I'd rather buy a fondue set. No, that was a quote from Slacker Chan, Timmy, whatever you want to call him. He was rather high, and he was about to turn 18, and we were talking about going to a stripper club, and I said something to the effect of, I heard that if you go to a stripper club, you should expect to pay, like, at least $100 between cover charge and, like, mandatory tips. And he just darts his eyes at me and says, and no, he's very high at this point, and he says something to the effect of, I'd rather spend that money on a fondue set.
Didn't fondue like the little Chia Pet type things?
No, that's a fondant.
I thought that was like another...
fondue is where you have like the pot with like the little sterno flame can under it, and it's like, and it melts either heats like oil or like melts like chocolate or cheese, and then you have like these big long forks that are like a foot long with like little tongues on the end, and you spear things. Be like, take like, you'd have like oil and you have little slivers of raw meat, and you dip the meat in like the seasoned oil and it cooks. Or you have like little croutons and you dip them in melted cheese, or you have like little bits of fruit and you dip them in. Why am I explaining fondue on a gaming podcast? Holy cow, people!
How the hell is Chia Pet still in business? I have never in my life seen someone that owned a Chia Pet.
No. Sad old women and people who think that the Chia Pets are weak whenever they're high.
What?
Oh man!
What you said
on that guy.
What you said just
throw it on that guy's head.
Blew my
We
mind.
need some of that, man.
Legalize it.
Dude,
Get on with it.
what if I had grass growing on Angel or on my hand, man? Damn.
Dang right.
What if the universe is just the black part of the eye of God?
Whoa, that reminds me of Contact. Have you ever seen Contact?
That's that movie where they go into space and then like records 8 hours of footage of nothing.
You just gave away the end of the movie. Like
that,
the very end of the movie.
I was asking, and then
Spoiler
where
alert.
people were like, "Hey, old Vega."
Hail to Vega. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that movie. Okay, no.
Yeah, there's a part where, what were we talking about?
Boobs.
Oh yeah, at the very beginning it has this really cool little segment where it shows like Earth from like maybe like 100,000 feet above, and it's pulling out slowly, and you hear like contemporary like late 90s like rock radio and stuff, and it starts pulling out, and you start hearing music like backwards, and you start hearing like 80s songs and 70s songs, and then like 50s songs, and then like transmissions from like World War II. And it goes further and further back, and you start hearing like the old like radio, like the old like radio shows, like what was it called, the Lone Ranger and stuff. And then it pulls back, and it's like
Shaver.
like it pulls back like through the asteroid belt, and the sound gets all chopped out, and you hear like, I am not a crook, and it's pulling further and further back, and then they're like by Neptune, and you hear like hi ho Silver away, and then like they're like going out past Pluto, and you just hear like and it keeps going further and back and like faster and faster and faster, and then it's like leaves the galaxy, and then it's like galaxy, and then it's just like this black void, and then it just like zooms out of like the main character's eye, and it's like, oh man,
That was a pretty good movie. I like that movie.
It was Sledgehammer good.
I watched it.
A lot of people didn't like that movie. I watched that movie over and over again.
think it's because aliens all of a sudden kind of look like, middle-aged men. That's apparently what they look like.
I like when they mentioned that.
I thought that they gave an explanation for why they appeared that way to the human eye.
Vaguely, they were really, really
to make you feel more comfortable around us. I just want. If I was Jodie Foster, I'd be like, why can't I see you in that form, in your natural form? Because.
But they don't specify that it was.
Hell would be.
They don't actually specify that it was an alien.
We are aliens written by H.P. Lovecraft.
They don't specify that it was an
alien.
They make it seem like it may have been just like a vision, but there was a purpose behind it. And they said, "Why this?" It's like, that's the way it's been for billions of years. But have you seen the South Park episode when what's his face, Mr. Garrison gets a rhinoplasty?
Oh yeah.
And he's sitting there like getting like all nauseous as they're talking about the operation, and finally they go, "By the way, have you ever seen the movie Contact?" And he just vomits, and he's like, girl meets an alien, it turns out to be a freaking dad!" And then of course there's the episode of Venture Brothers, 20 Years Till Midnight, when his dad comes out. There's like some kind of extraterrestrial and it morphs into his dad, and then Dr. Venture somehow like twists the facts to get it to admit that it's actually it really is an alien that's just taking the form of his dad. And he just starts going nuts on this thing. He's like, "You freaking jackass! You know what this is doing to my emotional memories? You come down here to Earth, you show what you really look like." I forget what his rant was.
So that's what happened to the Sevens.
The Sevens?
That was on the episode Tim showed us. When they ran across the dead bodies of the clone number 7.
Oh yeah! No. Wait. No, I know what you're talking about, but no.
Well, that's what Brock said.
The Sevens. No. Oh wait.
Because there are all the clones of Dean and Hank. It's Dean and Hank, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But no, I'm talking about aliens here. No, what happened to Sevens were they were inside somebody. But
yeah, no. I was quoting the show just at random.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
You know what else?
Yeah,
I think I'm having a heart attack. I'm over 40.
I'm over 40, overweight, and I'm
speedballing
speedballing trank darts and pure adrenaline. Brilliant.
I thought I had seen everything, but I have never seen that.
You talking about
when what's her name, Dr. Girlfriend, was in the cheerleader outfit?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. I was thinking of something from season 1. Wow, Venture Brothers it's got a little bit of something for everything, everyone, every man, woman, child, gender, species, universe, and so on and so on and so on.
Speaking of everything for everyone, there's that Durham Rocker Z. You're the guy that made Hank of the Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Hank. He made a new King of the Hill.
Is it good?
You two poop.
Good.
Where there's smoke, they pinch back.
The one where Peggy has basically all her birthdays are crap, and now she's on the one with with the Mystery Train. It's one of the new. It's on the last season.
I don't think I've seen that one.
No, it's the episode itself is meh, but I don't want to give away the ending. But let's just say that Hank Hill dies at the end.
Fascinating. Oh, like in the other one. Wow, that guy is morbid.
No, but at least this one and that.
Boomhouse. If I've ever heard somebody reading from a script, that was it.
I showed that YouTube poop to my roommate's 14-year-old little brother, and he quotes that all the time. LOL. The Life and Death of Mr. Hill. Look it up on YouTube. You need to get some sleep. Sleep. Slails. It's funny. Funny.
Oh, someone misses me. Someone texted me that, and I was like, oh.
Oh, it died. Shuggy!
You're cute.
She doesn't bark.
With your big buggy eyes, just when you arrive.
Yeah. Well, whenever anybody arrives.
She's got to bark him to death.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, Angel.
Does she bark like when people drive down the highway or the road?
No, like pretty much whenever she's in the car, all she does is just sit back.
So she's good in cars. That's cool.
She
That's rare
always
for
sits in
small
the
dogs.
driver's side, in the middle, the little compartment in the middle.
Center console.
Yeah, she always sits there. She always sits like right here, right next to here, and the console just.
Aww.
Yeah.
We used to have a Brittany Spaniel. She would run circles around the car. I mean, she wouldn't be noisy about it usually, but she would just vroom, 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 one window, vroom, vroom, other window, vroom, 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 other window. She would make it a point to make a round to every window in the car.
You know what Pierre does?
We had a minivan at the time, so that was a challenge.
You know what Pierre does when he's in the car?
Pierre Escargot?
Pierre, my mom's Yorkshire Terrier.
Tell us what Pierre, your mom's Yorkshire Terrier, does.
He will climb up on my mom's lap because he can reach the air conditioner vents from there and close his eyes and stick his face right in the vent. And it'll just blow his face further back, and it looks funny because, Yorkies have a lot of face fuzz.
Aww, so cute.
He also loves to stick his head out the window, and if my mom doesn't hold him when he does this, he will jump out and run around, and my mom's had to chase him down.
Wow.
But he's a pretty smart dog, though. He knows,
Smaller breeds are usually the smarter ones, with the exception of possibly German Shepherds.
He knows, 8 or 9 different tricks,
I thought you were going to say 8 or 9 different languages.
Yes, he knows, he can bark in multiple language.
Can he order... my dog could order a pizza in 9 different languages, including Aramaic and Hindustani. However, Italian was not one of them. Stupid dog.
Oh, yeah? Well, my dog can order pizza in dead languages.
Actually, Aramaic is a dead language, I think.
Oh, fuck. What is that one dead language that they reserve for the name of medical shit?
Latin.
Yeah, that.
Are you serious? Wow, your dog's smarter than you are. Wow.
No, he can't do that. That'd be cool, though. Mm-hmm. That'd be like, you want a what? I'm sorry, I don't understand you. I don't speak freaky deaky whatever that is. It's Latin.
I don't speak geek.
Yeah.
She's a super geek. Super geek. She's super geeky. Yow.
Yeah, I really hate to be off topic here, but I really want to see what happens at the end of this movie, so I think we should wrap this up here pretty soon.
Yeah, we don't have any topics,
time
so we
is
should
it?
wrap it up. It's
40
after
minutes?
11:30.
Yeah.
We're
40
coming
minutes,
up in
that's
about
not
40
too
minutes.
bad.
That's 2/3 of a typical episode, so we'll call it a night.
Yeah, and like I said, no topics for this week, people, so I'm sorry about that. But I had half a week to do it.
Wanted to hear about video
And
games.
apparently
you
there
can
were some
smeg
very
off.
important topics on Thursday and Friday that you guys would have been like,
Well, they
where
can
did you
smeg
talk-
off.
Why didn't you talk about those? Well, because I didn't have internet on Thursday or Friday, so
Oh, we did. It just mega sucked.
not on this laptop. Because
What? Say what?
remember the
We did have a laptop, though. Freaking inner Nazis. Nazis. Screw them.
we kept trying to figure out how far it was from where we were to Hartford. And then
Fartford.
freaking Levi is like, nope, not going to look it up just because it'll be slow.
And he was like, not gonna work. I should have brought that little extra bit of Ethernet wire along and seen if that actually worked better. Probably would have.
It would have been like, Levi, just freaking look it up, okay?
That'd be cool to have Levi on there. No, it wouldn't. He's kind of annoying. No, he's cool. He's just.
I get the feeling he doesn't like me.
I don't think he likes me very much. I don't know if I could count on both hands all the people he doesn't like.
I get the feeling I'm one of them, but
I'm sorry, Levy. Levi, if you're actually listening right now,
he's
you
not.
freaking got nothing better to do with your time, you boob toad.
But Jason likes me. Jason's cool.
Jason will probably laugh and tattle this to Levi.
What are the chances Jason's actually going to listen to it?
He listens to our show.
Yeah,
Not
but
all
I
the
remind
time.
him to listen to our show.
Hey, that's a start.
Usually I have to remind him 3 or 4 times before he actually does it. Seriously, I reminded him 4 4 times before.
Plus, I don't think he's actually going to talk.
That he was on.
Plus, I don't think he's actually going to talk to Levi unless there's a road trip involved.
He doesn't really converse with Levi much.
Not that I know of. All right. Well, good night, America. Good night, world, Earth, universe.
Yeah, we're going to cut this episode a little bit short. I'll do what I usually do for this kind of episode and just select random tracks. So I have no idea at this point what music is going to be in this episode. But I'll find some good stuff. I always do.
Gotta put in something funny.
I could like download a Brental Floss song and stick that in.
No,
Did you see his Kirby video?
It's punny.
It's good.
Very punny.
He sets it up like Kirby is like a giant monster, and he records it like a giant monster movie, and Kirby's gonna suck us all up and eat us and steal our souls. It's awesome. And then he did his most recent one was for Castlevania 2, and he was like punching Dracula in the face to the beat of the music. It was awesome.
Yes, it was Sledgehammer good.
He's like, Dracula, I am Backula, to lay the Smackula. It's awesome.
Well, good night and good week, ladies, gentlemen, everything in between, and the Hamong.
Yes, watch the new Brental Floss videos if you have not seen them. Also, there's a new Smodcast. If you have not seen that, it will be awesome. Smodimation.
Unless you are Hamong.
And we will talk to you guys next week, at which point we will have topics, because I will look them up. Even if I hurt, I will look them up and find some.
His clicking
because
fingers
I'm dedicated
sprained.
Like that. I have an MRI, so say goodbye, you.
And sir, witty, random, funny comment here.
Peace.